You should never attempt any of the techniques you see on Gator Boys.
Hand-catching alligators is extremely dangerous and can be deadly if attempted by anybody other than a trained professional.
If you encounter a wild alligator, contact your local wildlife agency.
Yeah, we got a big, humongous gator out here, man. I mean, this one's the monster, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, shoot. Hey, come on. Gator just laid there? I thought it was dead when we first came up to it. Is he dead?
I'm sure if you ask Jimmy to come back, he'll come and help us.
Listen, I didn't ask Jimmy to leave.
If you asked him, you know, hey, I need you.
I'm not putting that on him. He's a big boy. I'm not gonna put him out to help us. I started feeling over that catch pole and his head just blew up out of the water. Scott, grab the other catch pole. He snapped that catch pole in half like it was a soda straw. My name is Paul Bedard. I am not crazy. I don't have a death wish. I don't live life on the edge. I'm just a regular guy who enjoys catching alligators.
My name is Jimmy Riffle. I've been wrestling alligators since I was 11 years old. Alligators are the ultimate predator. They can flatten your head, crush your skull, break your neck, and ruin your day.
And we like to catch them with our bare hands.
Some people do this to make a living. We do it because alligators are our life.
We are the Gator Boys. I got a fax from the Florida Wildlife Commission. The guy's got a couple ponds in the backyard. I guess he's got a canal running down the edge of the property. So the gator kind of comes in, hangs out, moves out. A couple days later, we'll find him in the other pond. I'm assuming you call about the alligator?
Yes, sir. Hey.
How you doing, Paul?
David Hester.
Scott.
Hey, Scott.
How you doing? What's going on?
I got 2 ponds on the property. Went to the back one, and I see there's a large gator over there.
How big's the pond?
It's about 70 feet, maybe 30 feet across.
Does the pond connect to the canal at all?
There's a culvert that runs between the pond and the canal.
And how big do you think he is?
Maybe 8 or bigger.
Okay.
You're not going to kill him, are you?
No, we run a gator rescue, so
okay.
They're going to end up going down to a preserve at Homestead.
I've got a 14-year-old daughter, and I got my wife that has some fruit trees out here. And I don't want my wife coming out here to the fruit trees to pick fruit and stepping up on a gator that's sunning himself on the side of the bank over here. That wouldn't be a good thing.
All right, let's go see what we got. The guy will come out, he'll find the gator in one pond. A couple days later, he's in the next pond. He just kind of goes in and out of here through these culvert pipes and up and down the canal.
You said you saw him earlier, right?
Yeah.
Did you see how big his head was?
About that big.
Wow. Normally, you can tell how big they are from the size of the head.
Okay.
However many inches it is from the tip of the nose to the eyes.
Yeah.
You translate that to feet. So if it's 8 inches, it's 8 feet.
Wow.
So you're looking at a 9.5, 10-footer. Hey, Paul.
What's up?
He came up for a brief second. He got spooked and just darted down.
You think he's over here?
I think, yeah, he just went down.
Just went straight down?
Just
okay,
went straight
I'm going to go in down here then.
Okay.
I got in the water on the opposite end of the pond because it is pretty small. If he hears me coming in, he's liable to move a little bit. It was crystal clear all the way across, and when I got to where he was, there was a big silt trail. And he must have heard me get in, kind of maybe turned and spun a little bit to check out what was going on. Scott, he's right here.
He's right there?
He's big. He settled down again over in the corner. So just swam up on him. He just sat there. I eased that noose over his head real slow. I tightened it, he just went nuts. Started to thrash his head side to side.
I saw Paul struggling, so I ran over there as fast as I could to help with this alligator.
He's big, dude.
This alligator was just going crazy. Boom!
As we pulled him up, as it happens a lot, he grabbed onto the pole. You always get concerned because if he starts to shake his head side to side, it's like an extension of his head. He's got a weapon in his mouth, basically.
Stuck here. Yep. This was a big gator. He was heavy. This gator just rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled. He wouldn't stop.
I walked around him and he felt that rope around him, I guess, and I don't know if he figured that pole was attached to me and he wanted to tear it off or what he was doing, but he just started rolling again. He's on autopilot right there. So I just kind of walked in, sat on him. Nice. All right. Yeah, I know. Let him go. He's getting anything. What we're trying to do is physically exhaust them. We want it safe for us to pick them up, jump on them, tape their mouth shut, pick them up, put them in the truck. And it's also safer for the gator. Look at that baby. All right, you're done, Bubba. Look at his head, dude. I think it's huge. Look at that baby. You're all right, buddy. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Dude, those are some strong jaws, man.
I think these guys are really respectful of the animals. They treat the animal very well. It was handled very professionally. That's fantastic to have my yard back where I don't have to worry about it.
The homeowner was happy that we got him out of here. You could tell we had the animal's well-being in mind. He's glad that he's going to a place where he'll be able to live out his days. All right, well, thanks.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it, guys.
After we catch a nuisance alligator, we bring him back to Everglades Holiday Park, home of the Gator Boys Alligator Rescue Program. That's where we put on our alligator wrestling shows to raise money for the sick and injured alligators. The rescue's been going strong for quite a while now, but we've definitely had our ups and downs. It's been really tough around here since Jimmy decided to stop rescuing gators and spend more time working on his restaurant.
With Jimmy gone and the rescue being busier than ever, we really need another experienced volunteer. So I pulled some candidates together to interview for the job.
Good to see you again, Christy. Paul, this is one of the girls that I was hoping to interview for volunteering.
So what's your experience working with gators or animals in general?
I hang out at the native village a lot. I'm always around like the animals over there and the gators and stuff.
Do you have any hands-on experience with gators?
I've held like the babies and stuff like that.
Have you ever worked with any animals at all?
No.
Nothing? Why do you want to volunteer here?
I like nature.
What's your schedule like now? What's your...
I got a lot of free time. I volunteer over at the native village.
Okay, what do you do over there?
Everything.
So how many hours a week do you say you do between your regular job and your time at the village?
Well, I do 40 hours a week at my regular job and probably another 30 hours a week at the native village.
So what do you think?
Yeah, I'm not ready to make any decision right now, that's for sure. Of the few people we've interviewed, only one really knows what he's doing, But if I take him on, the native village will be down a man, and I really can't do that to them.
I knew replacing Jimmy was gonna be a challenge, but this is unbelievable.
We got a permit from the FWC for a nuisance gator at a big open field not too far from the Alligator Alley. There's tons of canals that run through this area, and it's very common for us to get a lot of nuisance calls around here.
How you doing, buddy? How you boys doing? You called for a gator call?
Yeah, my name's Greg.
How you doing, Andy?
All right, how you doing? We're gonna throw a big party out here. You know, my band's coming out here. We're gonna set up, you know, we're gonna have a lot of tents and stuff like that. You know, we're gonna have a lot of little ones running around. Yeah, we got a big, humongous gator out here, man. I mean, this one's the monster, you know what I'm saying? Bigger than an iguana, man. I mean, like 10 times bigger than an iguana, you know?
So how big is the property, and is there any water close by?
There's water all around, so behind the thickets over here, you know, there's a big swamp. So, you know, within the swamp, you know, I think he came in here because of all the rain we've been having lately, you know?
So when's the last time you saw him?
It hadn't even been about an hour. And he just went right over there in that thicket. So I just want this thing gone, you know what I'm saying? I'm a property, I don't want nobody getting hurt, and especially little ones, you know?
What we'll do is we're gonna look for him, but we'll make sure that he's not on the premises, so your party should be fine.
Exactly. I
All right.
appreciate it, boys.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.
No
Good
problem.
luck.
See you
Thanks,
later.
man. Thank you.
It's bigger than an iguana, so which puts him anywhere between 4 and 4.5 foot.
Okay. Look at the grass around here.
That's a lot of property.
All right. Why don't you head that way? I'll head into this real bad thicket. Andy went one way and I went the other, and the way that I went, there was a pile of logs.
So I walked through on the other side. I looked underneath some trailers, around some trailers, behind them. I walked the fence line a little bit. I never saw any kind of reptile back there.
God, this is like walking through an African savanna. You want to get attacked by a lion, not an alligator. There's a lot of tall grass and brush and all kinds of stuff everywhere. So I met back with Andy and I told him, this grass is way too high for me to search alone. Looks like it's a little wet here, so we gotta be careful.
We might find.
He might be here.
See right here?
Oh, shoot. Hey, come on. Gator just laid there. I thought it was dead when we first came up to it. Something was wrong. Usually when gators are approached, they immediately go right into defending themselves. But this one, he just laid there. Is he dead? I don't know if I don't think he's alive. He's alive.
As soon as we walked up on this gator, we thought he was dead.
I don't know if I don't think he's alive.
But as soon as Trey touched him, he blew up.
He's alive. Hold on tight. He's gonna be slippery. He's gonna be like a bar of soap.
Every single time I grabbed him by the jaws, he went right into the death roll, spinning. Go. You know, we caught this alligator up nice and safely. Nobody got bit, no bloodshed. You know, he can have a nice, safe party, and this alligator's gonna go live a holiday party.
Well, I tell you, I've never seen anybody wrestle a gator like that. Those boys, they're the best in the world, man, I'll tell you. Rock on, Gator boys, and we really appreciate they're taking that Gator out of here. Because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have had our jam tonight. You know what I'm saying? All right, bye now, boys. Thanks a lot.
See you later.
See you next time. Call you next time, man.
Keep
Next
on
big
rocking,
one.
all right?
Yeah, all right, yeah.
That guy can definitely rock on.
So, Paul, which one of the volunteers do you think you're gonna go with?
None of them at this point.
Well, I mean, if none of the volunteers are gonna work out, I'm sure if you ask Jimmy to come back, he'll come and help us.
I don't want to pressure him into doing that. This is a volunteer job. This is not like, something you pressure somebody into doing.
I wish Paul would just reach out to Jimmy. I feel like if Jimmy knew we needed his help, he'd be more than happy to pitch in.
Well, maybe he needs a little push, if you asked him.
Catching gators for free, it doesn't pay bills. There's no financial payoff. I'm not putting that on him.
Well, whatever happens, we're gonna have to figure something out.
I know Ashley really wants Jimmy back, but he's gone. We really need to just move on without him.
Hey, Paul, we got an old permit and the Gator's back now.
Okay. Yeah, this thing expires in like a week, so if he's there, let's go get him.
Okay.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
I got a fax from the Florida Wildlife Commission to a house with a pond in the back. This guy had an alligator here about maybe a month and a half ago. Never saw the gator. The permit had expired, so he had to call in a new permit. So I figured, get out and find this guy. How you doing?
How are you guys doing?
Gator's back there again?
Yeah, he's back there, all right.
All right.
We had called the FWC hotline in reference to getting someone out here to get rid of the gator. He's a little bit of a nuisance. He's got my dog running around, and we have to be careful. He actually has crawled up next to the pool area. He's come up up onto the actual pavers, and right where we're all laying out there during the day. Pretty scary.
All right, let's go check it out.
Sounds great.
So this is the feeder canal that goes to your lake.
Yep, comes off the main and right out on the back.
You want to grab the binoculars?
Okay.
All right. It's not that big of a lake, so I just want to see him. All right, where is he?
I saw him over here this morning, right underneath those branches. You can go over there, and he's probably sitting back in there right now waiting on you.
I hope so. But I'm going to go put my stuff on and see if I can, at least, if nothing else, chase him around where he pops up and gives you a shot. All right, man.
Good luck.
I had been in the pond before, and it was a lot clearer last time I was here. I mean, this was really murky. I didn't really see anything, but I can only cover so much ground. I'm kind of inching along, hoping to see something.
As soon as Paul took a deep breath and he went down, the gator decided to pop up in the shallow part of the guy's canal.
Hey, Paul, he's right over here.
Oh, I see him. Oh, gee.
Big boy.
I saw where Scott said the gator was. You could see this disturbance had been made. Where's he at, Scott?
Oh, he's right there in front of you.
I was just thinking if he comes at me, I'm in trouble because I'm buried in the mud. I got a fax in the FWC for a nuisance alligator in someone's backyard.
As soon as Paul took a deep breath and he went down, the gator decided to pop up in the shallow part of the guy's canal.
Hey, Paul, he's right over here.
Oh, I see him. Oh, jeez.
Big boy.
I started feeling over that catch pole and his head just blew up out of the water. This guy got top jaw.
Okay, coming.
I was just thinking if he comes at me, I'm in trouble because I'm buried in the mud.
Rolling.
Scott, grab the other catch pole. Scott ran and got the other catch pole, trying to put that around it, put my rope through his noose. He slid it down and got it best he could. It was good enough. It allowed us to actually get him up on the bank and get him away from that mud, because if he went back in there at that point, he was gone.
Oh, God.
He snapped that catch pole in half like it was a soda straw. I mean, he annihilated that thing. That gator's got probably 2,000 pounds of crushing power, and when he goes in that death roll, you're talking, that's probably thousands of pounds of torque, too. Let's just get him up easy, easy. Let's get that pole in his mouth. Hopefully he hangs on to it. Ready? As we were pulling him up, that one slipped, but the top jaw rope held. So we've got him up on land. Just want to get those ropes out of his mouth. I was able to get him to crack his mouth open and just kind of snatch that rope off him. I went to touch him one time and he jumped and spun at the same time. That's a big, nasty alligator. He was not in a good mood right there. I just kept walking because he was following me around as he came about. Almost kind of got me in the leg. We kind of spin and jump at the same time and covered a lot of ground. And you know, that's a big, dangerous animal. You want to jump him? Nice. You owe me a catch pole.
You owe me a catch pole, you bad boy.
Grab this. Wow. Big set of lips. Go.
They did a really good job. I mean, these guys can come out and take care of business and help us and protect us.
Have a good one, man.
You too. All right, guys. See you later, Mr. Gator.
If this isn't working, we need Jimmy back at Gator Boys. We need to step in and make this right.
We're just here to confirm that Jimmy even wants to come back to the rescue. Okay, so be subtle. Let me do all the talking.
Subtle is our middle name.
What's up, Jimmy?
What do you guys want?
So you want to come back to Gator Boys?
Oh my gosh.
We could really use the help.
I appreciate that the Gator Boys keep coming by, but I have to stay firm. It's time for me to become a responsible adult and stay focused on my future.
If you do have time, as the restaurant starts to, you know, work out all the kinks and start running smoothly, we want you back. Even though these bozos weren't supposed to say anything, without you to help catch gators and to be there, it's like, it's not happening.
Leaving Gator Boys was one of the toughest decisions I've ever had to make. It's tough to be left out of the action, but I'm doing what I have to for my future. I got a lot going on, and, you know, I don't know what to tell you guys.
See you, Jim.
I feel bad that I've missed out on some catches, but I'm trying to be more responsible.
After Jimmy left, the park just hasn't been the same, and since we obviously can't find anyone to replace him, we need to figure out a way to get Jimmy back, now.
So what are we gonna do?
I don't know. Paul's pretending like he doesn't need Jimmy, even though we know he does, so I don't know. I think if something's gonna happen to fix this, it's gonna be on our side. We need to figure this out.
I got an idea.
Okay.
So we all go on vacation, right? And Paul happens to get an alligator call. And he calls us, but we're out of town. We're on vacation. The only person that's in town is Jimmy.
But that's the point. He's not going to call Jimmy.
I know how we can get him back in there. We'll make a nuisance call. We'll throw a gator in his restaurant. Paul comes in and they start realizing how much they miss each other, and they get closer and realize how much they need each other.
Okay, let me stop you right there. I'm pretty sure that was in a romantic comedy, and I don't think that's what we're going for.
Clearly, I am talking to the wrong guys. So if this is gonna happen, it's gonna be up to me to figure it out.
The Florida Wildlife Commission sent us a permit for a gator at a plant nursery. It's maintenance season, and we're getting more calls than ever. And with Jimmy not around, the calls are just piling up.
Hi.
Well, did you call for a gator?
I sure did. We got like 10 acres here, and it's a plant nursery. I got up this morning, and I went out in the field, and I saw something moving in the grass.
Uh-huh.
It was a big gator.
How big was he?
8 feet or 10 feet, I don't know.
8 or 10 feet?
He's big.
Do you have any nearby lakes or canals or ponds or anything?
Yeah, there's a pond over there, and the canal's right back there, too, so that's probably how he got in.
We've been having a lot of rain the last few days. The water's getting high, and these alligators are moving around. But not only because of that, but it's the beginning of breeding season. So these alligators are getting very territorial, which makes sense why this alligator's coming through.
When is the last time you saw him?
About a half hour ago. He was over there by the shed, the back of it, so I don't know if he moved or not.
All right.
All right?
All right, well, you stay here. We're going to look for him. Right?
Okay, I will.
All right.
All right, you guys be careful.
This property is very big, and it's very well taken care of. This alligator still has a lot of places to hide, and the shrubbery by the shed is actually pretty tall and thick.
All right, guys, we're going to have to split this up. I'm going to head this way around the sheds where it was last spotted. Andy, why don't you go over to these bushes and see if he crawled over there? Scott, check the house. All right, break.
Okay, bye.
Look for an alligator, and also see if we can find any snakes too while we're doing this. Once we started looking for it, we ended up splitting up in 3 ways. That way, more eyes going all over the place. We can pretty much cover the whole place quicker. Yep, hey guys, he's over here.
As soon as I got over there, this alligator was beautiful. It was a 7.5, 8-foot alligator, and he came to life. He was like a little demon.
One of us are gonna grab his tail.
The first thing we wanted to do as soon as we got there was pull this alligator out of the bushes and work him in this big open area so it was easier for us. Once we grabbed his tail and pulled him out to the open, this alligator was very lively. He was jumping at Trey, trying to bite him in the ankles, going after Andy, going after me.
These are the ones that are the most dangerous because they're young, they're quick, and they're just full of energy.
Coming up on Gator Boys,
He made a break for it, and I just wasn't ready for it. I dropped it. He pulled me down the hill. I rolled my ankle.
call somebody else. I gotta go find him. Most important thing for me was find that gator, because if he happens to get under a fallen tree or something, and that rope gets tied up and it's still around his neck, he'll drown. True or false, alligators bite very few people each year in Florida. Find out when Gator Boys returns. True True or false, alligators bite very few people each year in Florida. The answer is true. Based on Florida Fish and Wildlife Commission figures, there has been less than 8 unprovoked alligator bites to humans each year over the past 5 years, most resulting only in minor injuries. And now, back to Gator Boys.
Florida Wildlife Commission sent us a permit for a gator at a plant nursery.
I like her.
Ooh. These are the ones that are the most dangerous because they're young, they're quick, and they're just full of energy.
And a gator this size is very, very dangerous. They're very fast and flexible. As soon as I got those jaws closed and grabbed hold of those jaws, he repeatedly went into a death roll. And it was so fast, I couldn't even keep track of what he was doing.
You know, usually gators, they wear out real quick, but this one, he just kept spinning and spinning. So at this point, we were all thinking, we need to catch this gator no matter what.
All right. You ready to jump her, Trey?
Yeah.
Go for it.
This alligator was beautiful. It was a 7.5, 8-foot alligator, beautiful yellow bands on him.
It's okay, girl. You have a towel, Andy?
Do you have one back here?
No. Now we're going to take this gator back to Holiday Park, and the homeowner can feel free to walk around her property with no worries. Here we go.
Thank you for coming out. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank God everybody's okay.
Thank you. If you have another one, just call my hotline again.
Okay, thanks a lot. I feel so much better now that the Gator boys came. But I'm glad that the Gator's gone, and now I can go back to work and not worry about having the alligator loose. Bye.
We got a call about an alligator in a pond behind someone's house. I asked Scott and Trey if they wouldn't mind coming in today to do the wrestling shows, and that way I can grab Ashley and go check on this permit. You call about an alligator?
There's a big alligator in my lake in the back. And every day he keeps coming up, and he's huge, and I'm afraid he's gonna eat my dogs.
So when he comes out, how far does he come out? Just on the
He
bank?
just goes up to the bank.
Walk in the yard
By
at
the
all?
trees, and he suns, and then he goes back in.
Okay.
I called the FWC hotline today because I've had an alligator in my backyard for a while now, and I keep seeing him, and I have small children and a lot of small animals, and I've been afraid that he's going to eat somebody or somebody's going to get hurt.
How big do you think he is?
His head is like about that big.
No way.
Yeah, he's huge.
When's the last time you saw him?
I saw him this morning.
Yeah, you want to show me the pond back here?
Yeah, let's watch it. This was actually a pretty big pond. They had a lot going on. There was cattails and spatterdocks, and you know, I was doing the normal search all the way around. I went across the bridge, I checked the island, but you know, I wasn't seeing anything, and I was actually a little worried that this is gonna be one of those days where we get skunked and can't find the alligator.
Yeah, see anything?
I haven't even seen a ripple.
All right, I'll go see if I can find him.
Be careful.
I went in the water, looked around. The lady told me where she last saw the gator hanging up in the pond. he was over in the corner just hanging by himself. Gator was a pretty big, healthy gator, probably 9.5 feet.
He's got him.
You know, I actually had him moving. He was thrashing and spinning. And I got up, I swam through. There's a lot of spatter docks and grass along the edges here. So I was able to swim up, give Ashley the rope, and then I want to get out of the way so she doesn't pull the alligator into me.
I was just holding him steady, waiting for Paul to come, and he made a break for it, and I just wasn't ready for it. I went down, I rolled my ankle, and I was just sliding towards the water, and there was nothing I could do. I don't have an alligator, you know, he was gone. Paul! I dropped it, he pulled me down the hill, I rolled my ankle.
Call somebody else, I gotta go find him.
I just rolled my ankle pretty bad. Paul needs help right now. I can't get anybody else. I called everyone and nobody's available.
Most important thing for me was find that gator, because if he happens to get under a fallen tree or something, and that rope gets tied up and it's still around his neck, he'll drown. We got a call about an alligator in a pond behind someone's house. I was able to swim up, give Ashley the rope.
I was just holding him steady, waiting for Paul to come, and he made a break for it, and I just wasn't ready for it. I dropped it, he pulled me down the hill, I rolled my ankle.
Call somebody else, I gotta go find him.
I just rolled my ankle pretty bad. Paul needs help right now. I can't get anybody else. I called everyone and nobody's available.
Most important thing for me was find that gator, because if he happens to get under a fallen tree or something, and that rope gets tied up and it's still around his neck, he'll drown.
So what's going on?
We've got like a 9 or 10 foot alligator. Paul's pretty much on his own right now. I can't help him scout for it. We had him for a second, but he got off the line, and listen, he needs your help right now.
You know, when I got that phone call, at first I was a little hesitant, but
I could never abandon Paul or the Gator boys.
When I found the rope, he just buried himself down in that mud to hide. And it was hard to get him out of there. As I'm swimming back to shore, I'm expecting to see Scott, Mike, or Trey. But to my surprise, Jimmy's standing there. He's just sitting in the mud.
I've been gone for a few weeks.
But this is like riding a bike. And it just feels really good to be back here.
On a catch with Paul.
Yeah, that's all you.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
You know, when we pulled this gator out, we knew the fight wasn't over. And we knew that at any moment, this alligator could explode.
Yeah, he ain't done. Nice having Gator to play around with, isn't it?
It is.
Nice. All right.
Man, that is a head trick gator right here, buddy.
Perfect. Throw it in there, kid. Nah.
He's a big boy.
Well, I appreciate you coming out, man.
It's fun. Missed it.
Who does that? Who just dives in the water after an alligator? They don't even know how big he is or where in the lake he's located. It's crazy.
It's nice to see Paul and Jimmy working together again. That's the way it should be. Just like old times, huh?
Yep. That was great. I guess I didn't realize how much I missed rescuing gators. Ever since I left the Gator Boys, I haven't felt like myself. It feels like a piece of me has been missing.
You should probably come around more often.
Yeah, like the meeting tomorrow morning.
You all right with that?
Yeah, of course.
All right, I'll be there.
All right, awesome.
All right, see you in the morning then.
I still want to be the best man I can be, but I can't do that if I'm not true to who I am. And who I am is a Gator boy.
See you later.
Nice limp you got.
I'm a really fast healer.
Yeah, we'll talk later.
See you later, Reagan. It's
Thank
nice
you
meeting
so much. Nice to meet you.
Hey, sometimes a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do.